up, people? I'm back with another video. It's that time of the year. Camping season is about to start. Well, for some, it's already started. Like myself and my brother, we camp all year round. But for you new guys looking to get into camping for the first time, this is the time to go camping for the first time, especially during the spring and fall. Not too hot, not too cold. The best time to go camping. Summertime is great, but spring and fall, to me, is probably some of the best time to go camping as a first-time camper. Now, as you become more seasoned, then you venture out into, the fall. You venture out into the winter months and summer. Summer is great, don't get me wrong, but you got to deal with a lot of bugs in the summertime, heat, depending on where you're at. So I always like spring and fall for first-time campers to start their camping journey because it's a balance, it's a nice mixture. Not too many bugs. The weather is right in the middle, not too hot, not too cold. It's like right there. So I always recommend if you're looking to start camping for the first time, spring and fall are the best seasons to go. So let's talk about it. What do you need to start your camping journey? If you're just now looking to get into camping for the first time, I'm going to show you some items that you need to have in order to have a great camping experience, especially if you're venturing out by yourself. It's always good to go with someone. If you're first time camping, you always want to go with someone who's been doing it for a while. So that way they can guide you through the process of how to camp, what you're going to need, and how to make the experience enjoyable. Because what makes camping bad for people, they don't have the right equipment. You go camping, you don't have everything you need. When I first started camping, but this is when I was in the Boy Scouts, I didn't have a lot of stuff. But now, as I'm more seasoned, I know what to get. I always tell people what you need to have if you're just now going camping, because the last thing you want is not have the right gear and your camping experience is horrible because you wasn't prepared for it. So let me just show you some items that you need to invest in to start your camping journey. All right, let me show you. Now, the first item, you're gonna need shelter. A good tent is your starting point. You wanna have a great tent. I like the Insta tents. As you see, I have two. I have a Coleman 4-person on the bottom and a Coleman 6-person on the top. The difference is obviously width and height. With the 6-person, you have a little bit more height to it as opposed to the 4-person. And they base the person rating based on how many sleeping bags you can get in the tent, not how many cots or air mattresses, how many sleeping bags. So that's how they base it on the number of person. You can put 4 people sleeping bags in the 4-person tent and so forth and so on. So that's how they do the tent per person rating, which means in the 4-person tent, you can fit a queen size mattress, air mattress in there comfortably, but you're not gonna have much room to walk around. With the 6-person tent, you're gonna have a little more room in there to walk around with a queen size mattress in there. So you wanna look to invest in a good tent. I like Insta tent because they're quick, they're easy to set up. They're a little bit more pricey than your regular pole tents, but over time, they last longer. Pole tents, especially the ones with the little retractable poles, sometimes that cord breaks. I've had it break on me several times and you're stuck. The Insta tents, they're a little bit more durable. They last a little bit longer. I've had mine for a couple of years now. I love these Coleman Insta tents. Like I said, just easy setup and breakdown. Less than 10 minutes setting up, less than 10 minutes to break down. It's a great way to go. All right, so once you got your shelter situated, the next you want to do is invest. You have 2 options. You can invest in a sleeping bag, or you can invest in it. Get an air mattress and blankets. It's up to you. If you're going to invest in a sleeping bag, you want to invest in something nice and durable. This one right here, the orange one, this is my down sleeping bag. I love it. It's rated for, I believe, 25 degrees, which means you can sleep in the cold up to 25 degrees. Not bad. This one right here is more of a cotton base, a little bit lighter, not as puffy as this one. This one's down. This one's not. This one's a little bit, I forgot the material. It's more cotton with a little fleece lining in it. It's a little bit warmer, and it's a lot bigger. This is more of a cocoon style sleeping bag, which is very popular. But as you see, it's pretty big. And they're both big, but this one is a little bit more puffier. So you want to invest in a sleeping bag. Like I said, not everyone uses sleeping bags now. Most people just go with air mattress and blankets like you have at home. But sleeping bags to me are still one of the traditional ways to sleeping in your tent. Always recommend people, if you want to get the full camping experience, go with a sleeping bag. Or if not, you can just buy an air mattress and just get yourself some blankets from home and pillows and call it a day. Now, I do not like sleeping on the ground within my tent. I like to have some type of padding between me and the floor. So I use cots. Now, some people, more traditional, they just use a sleeping pad. They put on the floor of the tent and they sleep on that with their sleeping bags. With the cot, you can do the same thing. You have a little bit more elevation off the ground. This one is about 6 inches off the ground. This is like a twin size cot, which is great. They price around 89 to 100 bucks. They're sturdy. And you can put, like I said, you can put your sleeping bag on it. You can put a twin size air mattress on this with no problem. Use a regular bedding, or you can get a regular mattress pad, twin size, put on there, put your sleeping bag on there. You're good to go. All right, one of the things I always tell people about is invest in a wool blanket. If you're just now starting camping, you want to invest in a wool blanket, 100% wool, which is what I always tell people to purchase. This is great for using all year round. It's light, it keeps you warm, keeps you dry. I love these. Going back to bedding. Now, if you're like me, you can't sleep without a pillow. You want to invest in a pillow instead of having to bring your pillows from home. Those pillows from home, they take up a lot of space in your gear. So I always use blow-up pillows. These joints are nice. I've had them for a while. As you see, it's very compact. You blow them up, deflate them. You can adjust how firm you want them to be. These are great if you're just now starting camping and you don't want to bring a lot of stuff. You want to keep your packing small and compact. I recommend buying some blow-up pillows. You can't go wrong with these. Instead of bringing your pillows from the house, you get some of these, you're good to go. And this right here, another worthy investment. If you're going to be sleeping on a sleeping bag, if you're going to be sleeping in a sleeping bag, or if you're going to be sleeping on the cot, you want to have some type of sleeping pad. And this right here is a sleeping pad. This is a double size, so it's like the size of a queen size bed. I use this because one of my cots that I use is a little bit fuller, so I use this. But they make these in various sizes. They make some that can fit on this cot right here that I have. So if you're just now starting out, you want to invest in some type of sleeping pad so that way you'll have some cover between you and the ground, whether you're sleeping on a sleeping bag or sleeping on a cot. Now, if you're using an air mattress, you really don't need this. It's an air mattress. Bring your sheets and blanket and call it a day. I'm not a fan of air mattresses. One, it's extra weight to carry. It's just a lot. You got to blow it up. It's just a lot. You still got to blow these up and you got to blow this up as well. But compare this to an air mattress. It's my preference. I know my brother, he brings an air mattress. He loves it. I'm not a fan. I bring a cot. I use one of these, and I'm good to go. All right, so let's talk about food storage. You want to be able to keep your food cool while you're camping, especially just if you're doing a weekend camping adventure. This is what I use, a Set Power. It's dual compartments. I can adjust the temperature for either or, freezing or regular refrigerated temperature to keep my food cool. So you have that option. This is what I always bring with me now. If you're just starting out, I don't recommend investing in something like this. I would invest in a regular cooler and just make sure you freeze your food before you take it camping with you, especially if you're going to be doing a weekend trip. You want to make sure it's frozen first, so that way if you bring in your regular cooler and you just use ice, the ice is not going to last the whole weekend, but it'll keep the food reasonably cool while you prepare it. But if you freeze it before you take it with you, by the time you're ready to cook it and throw it out, great. So getting a regular cooler is ideal, especially if you're just now starting out camping. A regular, any size cooler will work. All right, so let's talk about food preparation. Most campsites have some type of fire pit, which would allow you to cook over the open flame. Some of them, most places do not have grills, like a regular, barbecue grill that you put over the fire to keep the food elevated. Some places don't have it. You got to bring your own. So you definitely want to invest in some type of grill to go over the fire pit. They make different kinds. I don't have any to show you, but I'll show you a picture of one right here. Those are great to have, so that way it keeps your food elevated if you want to be cooking over the grill like we normally do. We go camping, especially in Cove. They have fire pits, but they don't have grills to cover them, so you got to bring your own. Next thing, if you don't want to do that, you want to invest in some type of propane stove. I have two. One is the Jetboil system. It's not cheap. Coleman makes a nice 2-burner propane stove. Those are great for everyday cooking. You can't go wrong with those. They're regionally priced around $100. You could probably get them from Amazon or somewhere online for less than that. But you want to invest in some type of propane stove, preferably something 2 burners, so that way you can cook 2 things at the same time. You're not just using one. Propane stoves are great. You definitely want to invest in that, as well as some type of cooking pots and pans and things like that. They make a lot of different portable pots and pans. Let me show you. This right here is my small individual cooking set. As you see, it's a small 4-quart pan, a little frying pan. This is my small portable, if I'm going camping solo, this is what I would use. This is great if you're solo camping. If you're going with friends and family, you want something a little bit bigger than this, because this is not really going to do it unless you're just boiling some water for tea, or, boiling some eggs and things like that. This is more so of an individual cooking set. If you want to bring your own pots and pans for your house, you can. Always recommend people buying a set of cooking utensils, cooking ware, just for camping, so that way you're not taking from your house. The Jetboil system is a little bit bigger than this, which what me and my brother use when we go camping. Is more traditional size, so you can cook a whole bunch of food within those pots and pans. This right here is more of an individual thing, but these are great, especially if you're just going solo camping. Something like this, you can't go wrong. These are my eating utensils. You definitely want to have a set of this. I mean, you can bring paper plates and cups. Those are easy. They're light. You throw them away. You ain't got to worry about washing dishes. This is what I bring with me all the time. My brother has a different set. This, for 2 people, has 2 plates, 2 cups, 2 forks, 2 spoons. Perfect, compact, is light, easy to wash. You want to have, a way to eat your food. Plates and knives and forks is key. We took one of my friends campers, and he didn't bring nothing. So we had to provide it for him. So, we always have an extra set just in case, but you definitely want to invest in some type of cooking ware, or you can just keep it regular and just bring a bunch of plates and forks. So we have a lot of people coming camping with us. We normally just bring, paper plates and plastic forks and cups and just throw it away when we're worried about it. So we ain't got to worry about washing dishes and things like that. But if you're looking to do this regularly, I would invest in some type of your own eating ware. Something like this is great. You can go with stainless steel if you want. This is plastic. I like the plastic better than the stainless. That's just my preference. My brother uses stainless, but like I said, it's a preference. You can go either way with that. Now, if you're going camping for the first time as well, you definitely want to bring your own water. Some campsites, depending on where you go, have water on site, but I always tell people, you're camping for the first time, bring bottled water. It's going to be for cooking, for drinking, whatever. Bring your own water. Let's talk about fire starter. You want to make sure you have matches, different types of matches. Waterproof matches are ideal, or regular matches is perfect. You can bring a lighter, or I use a rechargeable lighter, which is what I always carry with me. I love it. It works great. I keep one in my bug out bag. I take on camping with me. All you do is charge it, lights it up, get done. I love it. I ain't got to worry about it. But I also have waterproof matches as well as windproof matches. So you definitely want to have some matches with you. And then fire starter. Let me show you what I use. Now this is some of the fire starter that I use. It's lightweight, just light it, throw it in the fire, call it a day. My brother tends to make his own, and you can as well if you want to be real creative. You can make your own fire starter. I just, buy some just as well, just in case, because you never know. You can never have too much fire starter. You can make your own. You can use, scrapings from wood at the park, whatever. So you definitely want to have a way to start your fire. Next thing we're going to talk about is bringing somewhere to sit. So, we all have those little fold-up chairs. Those are great to have. You definitely want to invest in a chair so that way you can sit outside your tent and relax, sit around a campfire. So you want to invest in some type of seating. Chair is perfect. Now, if your tent is big enough and you're like me, you want to put a chair inside your tent, those are great as well. I keep a chair inside my tent and I keep a chair outside my tent, because I don't want to bring the chair from outside inside because I don't want to track all that dirt and mud from outside inside my tent. So always good to have two chairs. This right here is a great portable table. It folds up great. It straps down, keeps it nice and sturdy. You can put it in your tent. You can leave it outside the tent. These are great to have. Something you want to invest in, some type of table to put your food on while you're relaxing, while you're drinking. Those are great. As you see, I got it from Bass Pro. They're not that bad. They fold up great. They're light, sturdy. I stand by them. They've been working wonders. Me and my brother have one, obviously. We use it all the time. All right, so now that we've got that out the way, let's talk about practical gear that you're going to need in order to enjoy your camping weekend. One, you're going to need some type of flashlight, preferably something that you can recharge instead of having to rely on batteries. But if you have to use a battery-powered flashlight, make sure you have an extra set with you. You always want to have several different flashlights available, one headlamp to keep on your head, one handheld, and a small little one you keep in your pocket. Those are great. You carry those 3 flashlights, you're good to go. Also, you want to invest in some type of power supply. You want to simply some type of power bank with you when you go camping. You want to be able to charge your devices. Most campsites you go to, they may have power at tent sites. Most don't. So it's always good to bring your own power. Something small if you're just, looking to charge your stuff up. I would bring something at least 300 watts. Make sure all your devices is charged. Can't go wrong. So you definitely want to invest in some type of power bank if you don't have one already. Next thing you want to consider getting, one of those must-have items, some type of a knife. I talked about knives in one of my other videos. You want to have a nice, great hunting knife, something preferably a straight blade knife that you can utilize while you're camping. It's going to serve multiple purposes, cutting your food, cutting up wood and things like that. So you definitely want to invest in a great straight blade knife. Keeping your stuff organized is very important when you're starting camping for the first time. You don't want to have stuff all over the place. Me and my brother, we use the Milwaukee Packout system, but before then, I was using totes like that to keep all my gear in. Those are great. If you're just starting out, you want to keep all your stuff organized. Regular totes like that are perfect for keeping all your stuff in them. I use this bag right here for all my bedding. So finding a great large type of knapsack or duffel bag to keep stuff in is perfect as well. You want to have your stuff organized. You don't want to be looking for stuff while you're camping, especially when you're unpacking. You want to know where everything is at. And when it's time to pack up, it makes things easier to put everything away so that way you don't lose anything. So that is just some of the items that I recommend if you're looking to go camping for the first time, you should look to invest in. You know what? A first aid kit. You're going to need a first aid kit. Wherever you go, you're going to need a first aid kit. I almost forgot because I always have one with me, and I always forget to remind people, bring a first aid kit. Whenever you're going camping, whatever you're doing, anything, make sure you have a solid first aid kit. And make sure your first aid kit is complete with everything you need, from splints, chest shields, pain medication, whatever it is. Make sure it's complete first aid kit, not some rinky-dink thing. Make sure it's complete first aid kit. I'll make a video going over what I have in my first aid kits so that way you get an idea. But you definitely want to have a first aid kit when you're going camping for the first time. Very important. So that's some of the items you're going to need for your first time going camping. I feel like I forgot some things. If I did, and you're some of my veteran campers out there, please drop a note in the comment section to help our new campers starting out for the first time. Like I said before, if you're in the Maryland DMV area and you want to go camping and you don't have the resources to buy all the gear I talked about now, hit us up at We Camp, We Survive. You can join me and my brother. We will bring all the gear. All you got to do is bring what you want to cook. We'll provide everything else: tent, cot. You will have to bring your bed sleeping material because we're not going to provide that, but we will give you a cot, a sleeping bag, a tent. Obviously, we'll bring all the cooking utensils. All you got to do is bring your food and your bedding, and we got you. Hit us up, wecan'twesurvive.com. All information on the website. You can email us at the same thing, wecan'twesurvive@gmail.com. You can drop a comment in the video section. But if you're interested in going camping with us for the first time and you live in the Maryland DMV area, let us know. We'll be happy to bring you and your family. You got a bunch of friends that want to go camping for the first time, no problem. Just let us know. Send us an email and let us know, and we can accommodate whoever. We have enough tents and resources to make sure everyone's going to have a great time and enjoy camping for the first time. So if that's what you want to do this year, hit us up. And once again, people, that's the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll check you guys in the next one. Stay ready and be safe.